Okay, so in this video, we're going to just go over the new exclusive sale and listing agreement. This form did change January of 2024, and sometimes people have some questions because of the way they're doing the commissions and things like that. So we'll go over it together, and of course, if you have questions, please reach out to me. But essentially, your information will go here as the seller, and then the Cascade team will go here as the listing firm, and then the property address will be here. The term is right here where we would decide, how long the listing term was. And then again, listing broker is where my name will go here. Let's see if I can spell. And then where it talks about limited dual agency, basically what that means is that if you initial here, you're agreeing that I can represent not only you, but if a buyer comes along that doesn't have representation, that I can also represent them as well. So that's what that part means there. This just talks about the listing date, what day it will be published on the NWMLS. And this is the one that people have the most questions about. So compensation. So the listing firm compensation will go here. So whatever number that is, that will go in that box there. And then it says if the buyer is not represented by a buyer brokerage firm, so you wouldn't be paying the buyer brokerage compensation, then you'll pay a total of X. So that's the number that would go here. So it's going to be basically this number plus whatever is going to be charged for the non-represented buyer, and then that would go here. The buyer brokerage firm compensation would go here. So whatever number you decide would go here. Or you could do a flat fee, but most people do opt to do percentages. And then it says if the listing broker represents both the buyer and seller as a limited dual agent, which would refer back up to that paragraph that you would have initialed, then the percentage is here. And basically what that means is if it was a buyer of mine previously that somehow wanted to make an offer on your home, then that's where that fee would go here. So, and then this is if checked, the offer to pay buyer brokerage firm compensation shall extend to licensed brokerage firms that are not members of the MLS. This is something that I don't see hardly ever, so I'm not actually totally worried about that one. And then this just talks about the expiration of the listing term, and if somebody purchases the home based on advertising or things that I have done to promote the home and you sell it, then I would still be owed a commission. Talks about cancellation without legal cause. So if seller cancels this agreement without legal cause, seller might be liable for damages incurred, such as photography, things like that. Property access and key box. This is all pretty self-explanatory. What I really wanted to go over mostly was about the compensation, because that tends to get a little bit tricky. This number 15 is an interesting one. Damages in the event of buyer's breach. So who gets to retain the earnest money? Typically it's divided between the seller and the firm to cover obviously some of those fees and things like that. So anyways, if you have questions obviously regarding this document, please feel free to reach out to me. Happy to answer any other questions.